Does Bitcoin still appear to be on a potential parabolic staircase trajectory with a target of new potential all-time highs? Or, my friends, does it more so appear that this could be a topping out formation here before Bitcoin corrects back down to levels in the mid $8,000 region? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. So, of course, we all know that Bitcoin has been on this savage uptrend. The thing that gets interesting now is that we've reached a point of maximum confluence here, and we are beginning to see a correction. This is what I want to dive into here. Does this look like it's just going to potentially be a healthy pullback before our next leg up? Or could this truly be the end of an absolutely epic bull rally which started several months ago? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right. So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. So you guys will notice that I've had this white line drawn here, right? And this was just the other day I was showing you guys that there are these essentially lines in the sand across not only the Bitcoin chart, but several of the top cap altcoins, which I will look at here later in the stream as well. Now, this white line here for me is an area of just epic confluence in this very specific trend that we've been in now, right? So when you look at this, our first blow off top led to us finding little tentative support here at this area. Then it flipped into resistance. Then it flipped back to support and resistance. Then it was resistance again before our capitulation. Then after chopping around sideways, look at where Bitcoin magically found resistance at again before our next capitulation. And right now, my friends, we are up at this very specific region once more before finding, well, what do you know, rejection once more. So let's dive in from here, because this level, essentially here on my chart at around 10,368, surely in my opinion has been very, very significant. So we have that potential longer term historic resistance level. We've also seen Bitcoin now trading into a potential rising wedge, also a classic bearish pattern. And we are looking to potentially be breaking out of this right now. I mean, where we stand right now, does this have the potential to be a fake out? I believe so. We'll dive into that in a second. But if this does break down, you know, for me, the targets, certainly from a Fibonacci outlook, right? Looking from our fibs pulled from the bottom to the top of this rally here, this entire move, I mean, in my opinion, we should absolutely be looking at potential targets of the 0.382 all the way down to the 0.618, which for me is anywhere from, you know, roughly 9,000 down into the $8,000 level. Let's get this crypto. So let's discuss, you know, furthermore what's going on here, and does this look healthy? Okay, well, we have to understand that the parabolic staircase has been something that I've been pointing out. You would know this for several weeks to months now. I don't remember when I actually put that video out, but you guys know, an observation that I made here is that Bitcoin has been seeing corrections pulling back down to the old level of resistance before then making a newfound support before the next leg to the upside. And right now, my friends, Bitcoin is right at the old level of resistance. Currently, at the time of recording, we tested down to around 9,600, which is right here at the top of the old resistance level. So if Bitcoin were to find support here again and then look to rip up to a new high, this would just essentially be a very clear-cut continuation of a trend that we've seen all the way dating back to January of this year. Let's get this crypto. So for me, as of this point in time, nothing has really changed here, although this pullback in the market is quite heinous. I mean, as of the time of recording right now, Bitcoin has seen a drop of roughly about 9% to the downside. And I've been shouting this out here on this stream. You guys would know that the problem with the crypto space is that you have a lot of irrational exuberance, right? And up here, you know, everybody, do you think it's going to 11,000, Kirby? 11,000. It's not about a number, little James, right? It's not about a number. It's about what are the technicals showing. Is there resistance at this level? In my opinion, yes. Are we in a potential bearish pattern? In my opinion, yes. Do the RSI and the MACD have potential bearish confluences? Yes, my friends, they were overbought. We did begin to see a bearish divergence here on the RSI. We did see a flat line in the MACD histogram. All things of this, like when you look at it from that perspective, right? Did that look like a correction could be looming in the shadows? In my opinion, absolutely. And we did get that correction. And I told you guys that traders that were not ready for such volatility would likely feel the pain of a large correction. And we did get that large correction right now. Let's get this crypto. Now, in terms of trades here, I think that for me, it's still just very, very risky. Now, you guys know I did not take any new trades up in this region, as looking for trades up there, I was only going to be able to go short from my perspective. And going short in this parabolic uptrend here has been very, very dangerous. I mean, the last short I tried was right here. I took a little loss and got out of my trade. I did not try another short up here, because if you had tried to short at the resistance levels, you know, on this uptrend, you would have gotten wrecked several times already. So the fact of the matter is here is that although there was resistance here, there was bearish confluence, looking for shorts in a parabolic bullish uptrend can be dangerous. So for me right now, I'm more so looking for bullish confluences to arise after this correction here, right? And if I do see bullish confluence arise, I'm going to be looking for a potential entry for more further upside action. But we really have to pay attention now to this Fibonacci level here, the 0.236. Right here around 95.38 on my chart, which is essentially where we are finding that tentative support right now, also bouncing off what still could be a potential continuation of the parabolic staircase. If this level gets broken, well, my friends, we would then have broken out of the bearish structure, the rising wedge. Then we would have broken below the Fibonacci and below the level of the staircase ceiling, which then, in my opinion, would be a triple bearish confirmation for potential further downside action from that point in time. Let's get this crypto. Now, if we are going to discuss what could potentially happen there if that level is broken, well, as I stated earlier in the video, we do have these three levels of Fibonacci retracements to take into consideration. The 0.5 really being one of the most important for me there, which I believe would keep us above our long-term potential bullish zone, right? Because we would not get all the way back down to a double bottom. We would still be on a higher low trajectory, right? Bouncing from there, finding support and rolling up. And we would be above these levels here of historic price action to potentially build a floor, right, of a next bullish zone to continue this next potential leg to the upside. Let's get this crypto. But let's go over to the CME futures chart real quick. I don't want you guys to forget that we do have a gap here, my friends. Let's pull this all the way up to the top here. We have a gap, and the gap directly coincides here with the 0.5 fib around 8,550. So, you know, gaps do not have to fill. They can fill. Of course, you know, we are creating another gap right here, right now as well in here. So take it for what you will. I do think that there is sentiment for a potential gap fill down here. It doesn't have to occur, but it could. And from the time of recording right now, from that price point, I mean, that would be potentially another 14% correction to the downside if that gap is to fill. Like I've stated, it is right around the 0.5 Fibonacci anyway, with which even if this gap wasn't here, I would think the 0.5 would be a fair potential bearish target anyway. But throw that confluence in there with the gap, I think it makes it a little bit stronger. So I am keeping that on my radar there as well, right? Let's get this crypto. So you guys see right now that I'm just at a crossroads here with looking at this from a completely bullish perspective or a completely bearish perspective. I think right now there still is too much potential bullishness here to get very bearish once more. It's only natural, in my opinion, that coming up upon this double top confluence range, especially with all of this going on here, that we wouldn't see a rejection. I think we needed a rejection. I think this correction is potentially healthy, and it's all going to start relying upon what happens now that we are testing the back ceiling of this potential staircase to continue, and what happens if we lose the Fibonacci, and then does the 0.5 fib and that gap around 8,500, does that become a possibility? And if so, is that going to be a range where we actually find a healthy new start to the next uptrend, right? These are the things I'm looking for. Like I've stated right now, I think there still is a little bit of added risk to shorting. Doesn't mean that shorting is not profitable right now. Of course, you know, shorting this level that I've had outlined here for you guys would have been absolutely juicy, but there was certainly added risk there, just as there was added risk with the longs. I've been telling you guys, when the trade is very hot, right? And by a hot trade, I mean that there's just a ton of newfound action, right? A ton of new speculators, a ton of new degenerates entering the space and exiting the space as well. You get a lot of action like this, a lot of absolutely savage chop, and that is not, you know, a proper environment, in my opinion, to be looking for new entries, as you can get stopped out rather quickly on your trade. Keep in mind here as well, I'm also looking here at a potential head and shoulders pattern, right? Let's right from here, pull it up just to give you guys an observation here as well, that we could be looking at somewhat of a head and shoulders type pattern here as well, right? Again, for me, it's really not so much about this pattern, although that could be bearish. You have a bearish rising wedge, bearish potential head and shoulders. It's really about getting below the 0.236 and below this old ceiling here, which could either become the floor for a bullish rip, or if that ceiling gets purged through, it would then have broken, in my opinion, this micro parabolic staircase here, and we could then potentially speculate upon further potential downside action. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so for me right now, Bitcoin, you know, it is what it is, right? I mean, if we're going to see more bullish upside, I need to see this hold as support here, and we need to get through this ceiling, right? Let's get this crypto. So for me right now, my friends, it's just a wait and watch here for me. I'm going to be looking for potentially life-changing trading opportunity. If you would like to see all of my trades in real time, I will keep you up to date with that all in VIP around the clock. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the altcoins. I just want to look at some briefly. Ethereum, Litecoin, could look at XRP as well, and we'll look at the total caps, okay? So if you are just tuning in right now, don't forget to moon up those likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh, okay? One moment. Okay, so let's get over here to these altcoins briefly. Now, let's go to the total cap here, excluding Bitcoin. This is altcoins only. Now, let's go to the daily time frame. I was pointing these out here on the last stream. These are all of the heinous corrections that the altcoin market has seen throughout time after parabolic legs to the upside. Look, 65% drop, 56% drop, 51% drop, 77% drop, and for fun, let's put these in here as well. This one right here, most recently, 65% drop, and we are on another one of these parabolic runs right now. And what do you know? Just like Bitcoin and just like the other coins I'm going to show you here, we have a long-term trend line here. Just a straight line. There's nothing else to it besides a straight line that has acted as long-term support and then flipping into long-term resistance, right? We've seen this as resistance here now once, twice, and potentially thrice. Just the same here, support, 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 and then new resistance, right? So it's flipped. Over here it was support, now over here it's been resistance. If Bitcoin is to get rejected here, is it that far-fetched? Basing off all of the historic action that we've seen, these drops of 50 to 70% to the downside, is it that far-fetched that we couldn't see something similar, this time around? I don't think so. So we're going to have to wait and see, because when we look at this, my friends, we still are on a macro bearish trajectory. I don't care how you slice it. Look at it. Does that look like a macro bullish trajectory to you or not? I mean, we haven't even eclipsed the old high, and we just got rejected at the long-term line of resistance. I mean, it is what it is to me. I don't know what else to tell you. So let me look at the Ethereum charts here right now. Of course, this one has been on an absolutely savage run to the upside. Keep in mind, my friends, though, just like I was telling you, we have these long-term trend lines here, right? 1, 2, 3. We've been rejected there. And if we were to even get up into this box, look at it. Resistance, resistance, support, support, support. My friends, if we were to get up in here, I mean, we still could be fighting something like that to keep this long-term bearish macro trend intact. It just is what it is to me. Is this looking like a spot where personally I would be looking for further upside action going into that macro bearish resistance level with the RSI heinously overbought going into a 90? Sheesh! Absolutely heinous. For me, Ethereum looks like it certainly could be due for a healthy pullback here. It doesn't have to occur further, but it already has begun. Let's pull up our Fibonacci real quick. We'll drag it from the bottom of the move here to the top of the move here. To see it potentially drop down, let's move these to the other side real quick. To see this drop down somewhere, into these golden levels somewhere around the 0.5 or the 0.618 would not be out of the realm of possibility, in my opinion. And we could see that's a savage drop. I mean, to the 0.5 is a 30% drop from the top. To the 0.618 is a 37% drop, right? Down between 200 and 181 USD. Doesn't have to occur, but I think that would be healthy still for a potential continuation of the bullish uptrend, creating higher lows and maybe creating an ascending triangle looking to break out, right? Let's get this crypto. Just is what it is. Let's look at Litecoin here as well. Briefly, let's go over here. Same type of deal. Litecoin didn't even get up to the line, but it was close enough. We had bearish divergence on the 1 day on the RSI. It broke down. Bearish divergence on the MACD histogram broke down. This all looks to me like it just came up upon a very natural level of resistance with bearish confluence. Moon boys got overly exuberant. They just keep shouting the moon. The fundamentals, Kirby. It's the fundamentals. Really? So the fiat system is going to collapse tomorrow? Get out of here, buddy. I mean, it's insane to me. It's insane. I'm not about the doom and gloomers here. It doesn't make any sense to me. These coins to me, ladies and gentlemen, are just completely speculative. All of them. Sure, some of them do have nice qualities. For me, it's really mainly just Bitcoin. But the fact of the matter is that I'm not banking on the world ending tomorrow and that my Bitcoin is going to the moon. It's just ludicrous to me that that's a mentality that these people have. Let's actually look at the weekly here for XRP. I like this one the best on the weekly. For me right now, we could see that there's a very definitive line here, right? Just like these others. We have these old resistances, which then turned into a long-term multi-year support. It broke through. We've back tested, and right now, look, I mean, the wick went up, but the candle body as of this moment is just right at that line of resistance. Isn't that insane? Let's actually flip on our line chart to give us a better perspective. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get more textbook than that. I mean, this is just a straight line. Isn't that amazing that it's just one line can tell you such a story? And if this week closes below this line or at this line with the RSI here on the 1 day going from extremely overbought, the MACD extremely overly bullish in my opinion, it wouldn't be far-fetched to potentially look for another further rejection here, right? And continue to trade here for XRP within this newfound channel, right? Let's get this crypto. So for me, guys, the altcoin market right now, just It looks just pretty much like Bitcoin, that it was due for a healthy pullback. I mean, look, this is beautiful here on the line chart as well, right? Look at this area, just one straight line. Boom, 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 and we still are below it. Although if we were to start creating, a healthy pullback right now, let's actually extend this to show you guys more so of what I mean here. If the altcoin market were to pull back again, right, say somewhere like that, this could wind up being a long-term potential ascending triangle before a real breakout, right? So you have to take all of this with a grain of salt. It's not all like Kirby said he thinks it's going to zero. I didn't say that. I'm a trader, right? I'm looking for opportunity in either direction. And right now, this market looked a little overextended. I don't know what to tell you. So for me right now, I'm going to be looking for trading opportunity wherever I can find it. And I'm going to keep you guys updated in VIP as I personally look to tentatively crush the market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. I'm going to be looking for potential entries here. Shorting, like I said, still does have a little bit more added risk, I believe. That's just my own opinion. So I am probably going to be looking for more long opportunities than short. It's tentative, though. It could change, but that's how I'm feeling at this time. If you would like to see all of my trade setup ideas in real time posted for you around the clock as I personally formulate my strategies, the entries, the exits, the targets, everything, I'll see you in VIP then right after this video, because I will be posting all of that exclusively for you in VIP. If you are not already in my VIP, sheesh, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. If you appreciate this content here, I really would appreciate a thumbs up. Smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Guys, things are heating up here. Is the parabolic staircase potentially broken at this point? I don't think so. I think that I need further confirmation for the break. To me, it still looks like this could potentially be just another normal retrace to the old ceiling before our next leg up. I think it's possible, and I think it's healthy that this is retracing. So we're going to have to wait and see, because a break below that ceiling here really can change everything. But as of right now, at the time of recording, with Bitcoin bouncing off the $9,600 region, I think it's possible that this could be a normal continuation of this parabolic staircase theory of which we've seen being built since January of 2020. Let's get this crypto. Guys, I will see you in the next one. More importantly, I will see you in VIP right now after this video, where I will keep you updated with my trade setup ideas in real time. Let's get this crypto. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.